I hope you're ready for a marathon, because today we have a very long recap show for Smash Circuit 2021. This is week 3. This is the final week of the Mushroom Cup, where the final seedings for the first tournament of the season will kick into place. We're starting off with Division E going up against Division D. That means they have to face everybody. So we're starting off with Captain Falcon going up against Jigglypuff in a clean sweep just right off the bat. It's not even a chance. Captain Falcon picks up the first win of the week. But we move right along as Falcon then has to face Snake. So we go right back to Port Town Arrow Dive, where he's just going to kick him right against the highway for the first win. But then we go to Shadow Moses Island, where he just gets pinballed against the wall, and Captain Falcon picks up a second win of the week. Great start in that division, at least. But then we move on to Simon against Falcon, and this is when Falcon starts to struggle a bit. Maybe. You would think. I mean, I say that, and then he just 2-0s Simon round 1 in game 1. Unfortunately, he just gets an axe to the face at Port Town Arrow Dive, and we have to go back to Dracula's Castle for this one. The question is, can he beat it? No. After starting out so strong with that 2-0 win in game 1, it's Simon that leaves the match with the win. But in his last attempt, his last game of the week, Falcon then has to play against Banjo and Kazooie. And it's not going very well. He just gets blitzed off the side of Spiral Mountain. But hey, maybe at his home of Port Town Arrow Dive it might help. It helps with the fact that Banjo can't stay on the platform. So we have to go back to Spiral Mountain, and that's where Captain Falcon's winning hopes are unraveled. And somehow Banjo is still fighting for that division lead here in the first stage. But now we get to our second fighter from Division D facing the fighters from Division E. That is Tails, the Meat Gunner. And somehow, some way, he was able to get up to 96 against Jigglypuff. 96% with one stock left. That was way too close. These matches are way too close for how not good Jigglypuff is, at least so far. But, I mean, he still comes out with it with a 2-0 sweep. I believe that is a 4-2 win in the KDR as well. So, Tails is showing off why Division D is just so strong this season. And up against Simon this time. The thing is about this, Simon just doesn't stand a chance. Almost had him, but not quite. I mean, he even has him close here at Dracula's Castle. The problem is, he dodges an axe and then gets behind him. But that still doesn't stop Simon from turning around. The problem is, Simon's recovery is terrible. So on Pilot Wings, he's just unable to grab the plane's wing. And Division D continues to get more powerful. And up next, though, he has to go up against Snake. Snake surprisingly has been underwhelming this year, surprisingly, for winning his division the last 2 seasons. And this is really odd for Snake, especially when he just gets gunned down like that. And now, even in Shadow Moses Island, he gets snowballed enough so he can't actually get the win. Like, there's just no way. He doesn't even get the red lightning. That's how bad Snake has been this season, which is a shock. A big shock. 0-2 for Snake this week. Tails' last match, though, is against Banjo here. And who knows? I mean, we know Banjo's definitely good here. The question is, he doesn't have home field advantage. And we have to go to Pilot Wings first, where Tails is going to take the first game with a 1-0 win. But at Spiral Mountain, things are not looking good at all for Banjo again. And somehow the division leader in Division E, that's right, Division E just is still searching for his first win of the week. Just kidding, because he beat Captain Falcon. I'm stupid. But now, it's Bowser's turn. Bowser's the second seed coming out of Division E, and somehow just gets kicked right off his own map. So now we have to go back to Saffron City, where Jigglypuff decides to take a nap, and then Bowser doesn't do anything about it. Very surprising to see him do that, but it doesn't really matter when Jigglypuff just kisses the floor. And back at 64, Mushroom Kingdom 64, Jigglypuff does the exact same thing on the opposite side of the map, and that is not an upset you'd expect to see. And Bowser's second match this week is against Simon. Simon has a 2-0 win, or is 1-1 this week, looking for potentially to get his first win, and he just chain whips Bowser right off the map. This, so far, 2 losses on his home turf. That's not good. And unfortunately, he just miscalculates the ledge and just goes right under it. So Bowser's not looking good. So in his first 2 games, but hey, he's up against Snake, who's definitely in a rut. Definitely in a rut. But the thing is, this is, even though Bowser has lost all the matches this week in his home field so far, this is Snake. Snake gets pinballed against walls this week a lot. But hey, maybe in Shadow Moses Island, he'll never mind. He just gets sat on. Somebody message the Colonel. See what he's like smoking. Is he smoking too much? Is that why he can't win? But I don't know. Bowser is another opportunity against Banjo-Kazooie. Once again, the division leader doesn't even get home field advantage. Losing, he lost in round 1. He lost in round 1 in Mushroom Kingdom 64, and now at Spiral Mountain, Bowser hardcore snowballed him, and Banjo's just trying to skate. And actually, he just gets stepped. He steps on Bowser's head for the win. I don't think I was anticipating that one. But now, round 3, he gets sat on. Bowser loves to sit on people. And that picks up finally, his first win of the week. In a bloodbath of a division. And now, speaking of bloodbath in the division, we have the Division D leader currently, Piranha Plant. Very surprising rookie, and obviously Jigglypuff just doesn't really stand a chance. Not at Piranha Plant's home field. I mean, look at this. He's already up 2-0. Jigglypuff just walks into the spike ball, and Piranha Plant just dumpsters Jigglypuff. Just dumpsters Jigglypuff. So, yeah. Move on to the next game here. This is Piranha Plant going up against Simon. And, once again, you'd expect nothing from probably the Rookie of the Year, Piranha Plant, who's just racking up these wins. It's very surprising. I say that, and he just gets 2. And we go right back into Game 3, where it's literally neck and neck, 164 to 145. Literally, you just breathe on anybody, and they'll be eliminated. Speaking of that, he just breathes fire and picks up another win. So Piranha Plant is getting really close to winning the division. Tails is right up there as well. But we have 2 more matchups to go, as he has to face Snake, which he puts 205% into right off the bat, but he's able to just knock him out with a screen cleaner KO. Wipes off that streak, makes it look shiny, but at Shadow Moses Island, it doesn't really look good for Snake either. He just got a bad case of facing Division D, which is probably the scariest division. And it all comes down to the next game to see if Piranha Plant can win the division in the Mushroom Cup. And unfortunately, for Banjo, he has to face Piranha Plant. So it's a very good chance for Piranha Plant to actually do that. But actually, it's going to be really close, because Piranha Plant actually loses round 1, and we have to go to Spiral Mountain. And Piranha Plant's not in the best of positions with 195%, but with that type of reach, he's able to stave off defeat. But because he won that last round, he clinches Division D and is guaranteed a top spot, or a top 16 seed. Actually, he also wins the Southern Conference, I believe that is, and is guaranteed a top 8 seed, even though he lost against Banjo. So I never actually mentioned who won Division E. That was probably because he won it with a losing record. That was Banjo with a losing record. And right now, speaking of division winners that are losing, we have Hero losing against Palutena round 1, so now we have to go to Yggdrasil's Altar And he's able to stave off defeat one last time, but now we have to go back to Skyworld, where Palutena's not looking too hot. 55 to 121, and somehow, I have no idea what happened, if that's a Hero's, like, effect on his recovery. But hey, Hero gets a win, and that is what I'm used to. But the question is, can Hero continue this? Can he continue this? It doesn't look good because Dark Pit snowballed him to 137, and he just knocks him off of the Reset Bomb Forest. But back at Yggdrasil's altar, he's able to just blow Dark Pit away just like that. And he does it again. He's able to get the reverse sweep after 2 snowballs. And Hero's starting to make his way back from the first couple of weeks where he just got absolutely dumpstered. And then next, he faces another dark entity in Dark Samus, fighting two of these just back to back. Kind of rough because you get like these dark locations in a way. But back at his home field of Yggdrasil's altar, he just takes a blast to the face. I have no idea how that happened. And now we're back at Brinstar Depths, where everybody loves to face off against this platform. And unfortunately, after getting a reverse sweep of his own, he gets reverse swept right back. And now, unfortunately, he has to go up against one of the better fighters in the game right now in Terry. He's just going to get blasted through one wall. And then back at Yggdrasil's altar, he could potentially get through another one. But, I mean, he's in a good position right now. Throwing a fireball, and somehow that's good enough to take the win. But at King of Fighters Stadium, he's able to somehow pull off a huge win. Two of last year's rookies is fighting it out. Hero is definitely coming back. Just watch. Our next matchup, because this is Division F going up against Division C, we have Yuna Rakami, the U Swordsman, going up against Palutena. Palutena gets a 2-0 win game 1, but she just gets blasted right off the bottom of that platform for a loss in game 2. And now we're back at the Midnight Channel, where he just sharks her through the platform and picks up a win. This is what Yu is normally doing. Like, he's at least middle of the pack. Surprised that he started off so terribly, but a good win to start things off here in week 3, up against Dark Pit the second time, and now he gets sharked through that platform. It just bounces right off the camera. You're gonna need to fix that crack there. But back at the Midnight Channel here, he's able to just use his recovery to slash away at Dark Pit. And now we go back to the Reset Bomb Forest, where it's all coming down to... I mean, Yu still has actually 2 stocks left, so I'm not sure. It's very hard to see who... I was about to say it was very hard to see who lost this round, and until Dark Pit just decided to Electroshock right off the map. But hey, 2 wins for you. It's looking pretty good. Dark Samus is coming back to try to get a second win of the week. The question is, it doesn't look very good, as now Dark Samus gets bounced off the side of the platform, off the side of the stage. And now we have to go back to the Midnight Channel, and Yuna Rakami is just coming alive this week, coming back from that 3-8 start that he started with after week 2. What a surprising comeback. But now he has to go up against Terry, a top 3 fighter currently this season, and not a surprise, he just gets slammed to the side of the stage. You somehow, some way, just decides to fall off the Midnight Channel, and he basically just waved the white flag as Terry picks up his first win of the week. And our third fighter rather, from Division C to take the spotlight is going to be Zelda, up against Palutena. Palutena hasn't had much luck this week so far, but hey, starting off this week with a game win. But it's going to come down to the wire. 156 to 110. Unfortunately, the Phantom Knight comes in and slashes all hopes that Palutena had, going for another big hit, but Zelda was just able, just in the nick of time, to snag that killing blow for another win. In her second game, going up against Dark Pit. Dark Pit's been off and on. Right now he's off, So he better flip that switch, otherwise things aren't going to be looking good. I mean, game 2 here, he's looking... Ooh, he actually destroys the Phantom Knight, knocks her away, and does it yet again, and this time is the killing blow, but we're back at the temple here. Somehow that actually went for the knockout. That's not normally a strong enough move to actually get the knockout, but hey, I don't think Zelda's complaining. In her third game up against Terry, because she had one of the primetime games of the week. I mean, it looks close, but Zelda's kind of just floating down, and it's easy pickings for Terry. That time, it's the same case, because he decided to jump over as she did her up smash. Not a very good situation, but this is a very good situation, as he's able to get that 2-0 win in Game 3 to pick off in a big way. What a surprise. Terry's looking for that #1 seed still. But now we have the big bad Sephiroth looking for that division win here in the Mushroom Cup. Not a good start, as he just gets up smashed by Palutena. But he's going to fire right back at Skyworld, get that second win. And he's going to get that second win to take out Palutena. I don't think Palutena won any game this week. Not a good look after... You think you're going to come back after a 6-year absence and then suck? It's really not a good look. Sephiroth gets the win, looking for his second win against Dark Pit here at the Northern Cave. Of course he has home field advantage. Why wouldn't he? And somehow, oh, Dark Pit, I don't think Dark Pit was expecting the range of that to get in there. That's why he was shielding. That is a bad position to be in. But, hey, he answers back with a win at the Reset Bomb Forest. But unfortunately at Northern Cave, it all ends in the same exact way with the same exact move. Oh boy, Sephiroth is getting closer and closer to that division title here in the Mushroom Cup. But at last, not very least, of course, Dark Samus, who's still clinging for playoff hopes. But with losses like this, it's not looking good, especially with the fact that Sephiroth snowballed her. Wait, what? Okay, basically give Dark Samus a false sense of security. That's fine. That's fine. Just go for the killing blow and get that much closer to the division win. The thing about Dark Samus is, we already saw what happened with Dark Samus in the primetime game, and yes, Dark Samus made the playoffs. Of course, winning those two divisions was Sephiroth and obviously Terry, but where they land on the seeding is going to be kind of tough. But up next, we have Division H going up against Division B, starting off with Samus failing to actually get up the right ledge on Brinstar Depths. I believe that was an accidental usage. It was supposed to be Brinstar, but it ends up being Brinstar Depths for some reason. But in the end, it doesn't actually matter because Samus actually picks up a win after Marth's really good week last week. Now, what a surprise. But then Samus now has to go up against the Gauntlet. Starting off with Corrin here, it doesn't look really good at all because he knocks her out with a recovery. And Corrin now is just going to go right back to work at Brinstar with that air A-smash, up smash, I mean, and with the ledge grab at the end for style. But the gauntlet still continues as it's now Robin's turn to beat up on Samus. Did I say beat up? I mean lose. Because now we go right back to Brinstar, dodges the blast there, and unfortunately gets her head stepped on, and a disappointing upset for Robin, especially when she is, or at least she was, Byleth's rival last year, so falling behind against a monster like Byleth is not good early on, because Byleth is just going to rack up these knockouts, especially at the monastery, especially when you give her time to charge up that arrow. And even at Brinstar, it's rather tough, as that wasn't even a knocking out blow, but a 4-0 win. This is why Byleth is, literally the best, in my honest opinion. And this group continues, these divisional matchups continues as Marth faces Ness, Starting off with that walk-off Blast Zone knockout, and there's even more walk-off Blast Zone here at the Coliseum, but, I mean, that doesn't really matter. Does it? Could. I mean, they were close enough, you know? Marth pick up the win, though. Coming into this, Ness continues, and now it's Ness's turn to face the Fire Emblem Gauntlet, starting with, of course, Corrin, and he just gets sharked through the tree from the up smash there. Oh, just can't miss the ledge, though, with the recovery, though. That's a little bit disappointing. Corrin knocks it too far, and it does not let him get anywhere close to that win. And this even continues. I mean, Robin definitely has to answer back after that terrible performance against Marth. And we literally just saw Ness do that, and he does it again on Arena Ferox. But he answers back with a nice combo there, back at on it. But can he do it again? And Robin is somehow coming up very disappointing this week. Already 2 losses against Ness and Marth. That's very shocking, but I don't think Ness can bring this momentum against Byleth, and it's not looking good either. Down 2 stocks to 1. This is Byleth snowballing, and oh boy, you better watch out. And he actually didn't die to the blast zone either. That was up. He got knocked upward. So, oh boy. Byleth just continues her reign as the queen of Smash Circuit. Jeez. A 4-0 win, followed up with a 4-1 win. Calm down. And now it's Link's turn. Link, of course, did have one of the 4 primetime games this week, so he only has 3 matchups this one. And Marth just pinballs off the Great Plateau Tower, and we go back to the Coliseum, where Marth's looking for that tip. He just tips Link and just knocks him out completely. But alas, Link's not looking good here, and Marth just coming out swinging. All of a sudden, just coming away with 2 wins. Is Marth actually coming back? Link's got to come back from that, but it's now his turn with the Fire Emblem Gauntlet, going up against Corrin. Almost, that would have been a knockout. 3 knockout blows. Only the 3rd one actually finally gets it. And it looks like to be in Link's hands here. And I'm not talking about the bomb that he's holding. I'm talking about the win. But now he has to face the queen of Smash Circuit. It's going to be a rough ride, especially at the monastery. And just like all her other prey, just gets walk-off blast zoned. Oh, can he hang on? He somehow hangs on, but not enough to reach the ledge. Byleth just takes no prisoners. She goes for the throat. And now the division-leading Ridley. Of Division B, of course, because it's kind of obvious by now Byleth is winning her division this stage. But the question is, how is Ridley going to do? Not very good, apparently. But, I mean, we have another chance at Norfair. But right now, Ridley's being put on a swivel. I don't think he can survive that. No, he can't. Marth with 3 wins? 1 against the division-leading Ridley? What a shock. But Ridley still has a chance to clinch the division here. Link's record isn't that high if you watched the recap last week, and I don't think Corrin's going to make that. Corrin's not in a good position. She's not surviving that one. Gets grabbed by Ridley and just gets tossed like yesterday's trash. Ridley's that 1 step closer. And now he's got to go up against Robin here. Robin has been completely unlucky, being unable to pull off a win, and it's going to happen again. She just can't reach the ledge. And now back to Norfair, where she just also gets tossed out like yesterday's garbage. Yesterday's garbage was Corrin, now it's Robin. That's today's garbage. Ridley, just 1 more win, and he's got it in the bag, I think. But he has to go up against Byleth. And that's going to be a challenge. a 2-0 win in game 1 if somehow, someway... No, there's no way. But now... Oh, wait, oh, this is going to be a quick and a close matchup. As one, like, they both just lost their first stock on the thing, and 37... This is why walk-off blast hilts are stupid. This is why. But it's usually Byleth on the other side of that. Congratulations to the winners. So with 6 divisions, the division winners are in. We now have to figure out the winners of Division G and Division A, starting off with Incineroar and Dr. Mario. Already, Dr. Mario is putting on a clinic. I'm not talking about his doctor's office either. I'm talking about against Incineroar. But Caster's Curse is always a thing, and we go to a Game 3, back at the Unova Pokemon League. And I was not. It didn't even have the animation of a KO, but it looks like Incineroar put him through a clinic. I don't know where I was going with that, but now, facing all the animals today is Dr. Mario. Now he's got to face a dog, but looks like he's already on the wrong side. He's already has a leash around his own neck, and it's Isabelle that's walking the dog. Now moving on, this one's not an animal. Well, technically you call him a beast. He's definitely a beast in this fighting ring because already coming out with a 1-0 win, but now we go back to Wrecking Crew where it's all Dr. Mario coming away with that beat down attack. And now we're back to Gerudo Valley, and he's gonna do the same attack again. Ganondorf falls to the same attack again, and he actually loses. That's going to be bad for his hopes for a division title. Because, of course, you have the division leader, Villager, which is a big surprise. I did not expect to see that. Somehow, Dr. Mario doesn't do enough and just can't recover. So now we go back to the Wrecking Crew, and he almost gets the knockout. But, oh no, Villager comes down, gets the attack, but it's Dr. Mario who just grabs Villager and throws him to the gurney. Dr. Mario here looking to... Wait, that's not a ledge. Okay, for a second I thought he tried to go for the ledge, and this time, Dr. Mario comes out swinging. How much is this medical bill gonna be there, Villager? And now we have our second fighter from Division A going up against the members of Division G, and Incineroar just continuing his warpath. There's a reason why Division G all are are positive KDRs. Like, literally, they are. I'm not kidding you. But now we go to Game 3, back to the Unova Pokemon League. Oh, can't quite. I don't think he's going to survive that, because it's... Oh, what? He's definitely not going to survive that, because that monkey kick just kicked him into next week. You're going to need some ice. Dr. Mario just fought, if you need him. We'll see how Dr. Mario can do against Isabelle here. It's going to be a close match. Oh, the Gyroid that she buries comes right back out and eats him for breakfast. But we now go to Congo Jungle. We're looking for the spike, but that recovery is just too strong, and it's a slingshot that ends Donkey Kong's hopes. Look at that. She built a swing on the bottom of that rock. And it's Isabelle that comes away with a big win. But now it's the battle of the big men. At Gerudo Valley, we'll see. Oh, he's not in the right position, and Donkey Kong gets sent off the screen. But now back at Congo Jungle, Donkey Kong looks to be in a better position, especially with the fact that Ganondorf can't reach back on the ledge. So now we go back to Gerudo Valley, looking for the win. That big strike, and it's the Warlock kick that sends Donkey Kong's hopes just down the drain. Ganondorf still looking for that division win. It's gonna be tough, because with Villager right up there, he needs Donkey Kong to get some wins here. But it's not looking good, especially as he just slingshots him out of there. Every win the Villager gets, Ganondorf's divisional hopes just dwindles and dwindles. Kicks off the rock, and now he's actually playing with him. And he barely landed on that rock, but he's gonna get hit with turnips and get spiked. And Villager gets closer and closer to a divisional win. But of course, now we have King K. Rool, which we already saw him face, and we already saw King K. Rool win that one, which means that it could be all up to the final, to see what happens with King DDD and Villager. But already, King K. Rool lost round 1 with a vicious spike, and King K. Rool's gonna lose the second round as he just gets thrown to the ropes and clotheslined out of there. Division G is deadly. Now he's got to go up against Isabelle. Like, there's a reason why all 4 of these fighters have over, like, a positive KDR. And it's not because they're bad. I mean, Isabelle did lose here, but that doesn't mean she's bad. But now we go to Tortimer Island to see what she can do. She can get punched in the face. This is why we saved the best for last. Because these 2 divisions are just nasty. It's the best of the best, especially when now King K. Rool is facing Ganondorf, where he just gets Warlock kicked right off the side. But now he has another shot at Congo Jungle 64. He did. I honestly goes for the counter off that kick, destructive kick, and he. Speaking of destructive kicks, he can't counter that one. Ganondorf picks up a 2-0 win on game 3. And he's right on Villager's heels. But it all happens with King K. Rool. Not King K. Rool. It all has to happen with King DDD. We already saw first couple of matches. I believe this is backwards. But King DDD losing match 1. DDD loses hit 1 stock onto match 2. But this could mean that there's a walk-off blast zone here. Watch the Gordo. He kicks the Gordo back in DDD's face, sucks it in, and launches it right back at him. I don't think I would have been able to pull that off. That's just quick thinking. He gets stepped on his head, but his recovery is way too good. He's going for the... Didn't he still have his recovery? What happened, Ganondorf? Oh, it all matters what happens here. Villager and DDD. What's gonna happen here? This is the toughest one. And unfortunately, already starting off on a bad note for Ganondorf. And he does make it back up. Ganondorf's divisional hopes lie here, and it's all over. Villager wins. But DDD doesn't matter for DDD. He already won his division. We have our matchup set for the Mushroom Cup playoffs. There's still more to go, of course, because I kind of recorded this backwards. We have Isabelle and DDD. And obviously, this is just going to be a wash, as he just comes out strong against Isabelle. But, right, be careful about that sharking off of that palm tree. Doesn't really matter, but DDD has the rubber match here. Back at Green Greens, it all happens. All comes down to this and a 1-hammer strike, 1 kill. Technically, that's 2 kills because it's a 2-stock set, but still. And in our final match. Should have been the other way around, of course. It's Incineroar and DDD, and he just gets power slammed off the side. 2-0 loss round 1, and now it's all coming down to this. He's clinging to life, but the Gordo is going to be his demise. And that wraps up everything. And now, let's check out the standings.